Okay, so now I just do want to point something out for safety-wise and too, because even though we are here watching your kids and stuff, as a parent, you should still be doing things. So if, like, let's say for example, if you have a little kid and you know they are not the best swimmer and they don't know how to swim, you should not be letting them come over here and being like, oh, the lifeguard's got them. You should tell them they cannot go further than what you know they can swim. Because, I mean, you don't want your kid to drown. If you're sending them over here, you're just setting them up for failure, pretty much. And so that's the big thing. And help us help your kids follow the rules. Because we've had so many times where I've had to talk to a kid very loudly because I've told them multiple times to stop running. And then they don't do anything, and then their parent gets mad at me for telling their kid. I'm like, but you're not telling your kid. You have to also point it out to your kid that it is not safe to run, that you can hurt yourself really bad and stuff. So just don't argue with us. Like, there's a reason we tell people. There's a reason we're telling your kids to stop running. Like this slide, for example, it's so watery over there that it's so slippery that there's been some times where kids have run around and they've slipped when they do that corner like that boy just did. And I'm like, this is why, I tell them, I'm like, this is why we don't run. And then they look at me and then they don't end up running again because they fell. And I'm like, this is why we tell you guys ahead of time not to run, because it can be really dangerous, pretty much. And definitely just, I think you should look at your surroundings, honestly, because, like, for example, just ask your pool if your kid wants, if you don't want to hold your kid the whole time, we have life jackets. Everybody has life jackets, sometimes. Or get your own life jacket. But also, it's not the same as a beach, pretty much. Don't think it is the same as a beach. A pool is actually nowhere near as dangerous as the ocean because, one, it's clear. The ocean, if you find a clear ocean, I know there's some, but not very rare. Not a lot. And then we also don't have as many waves as the ocean. And guards for pools, that's the good thing about pools. We have guards. We can set up guards around the entire pool. Oceans can't really do that. It's a line. It doesn't really go in a big circle. So guards, they can only be on one part of the sand and only watch really from one angle, and they have to worry about all the other patrons. For us, the patrons, they're in their seat. They're out of the way. We can focus merely on the kids in the water and stuff. So you really have to be careful if you ever want to take your kid to the ocean. They may be able to swim, but if they're like, it's harder to swim in the ocean because it's harder to float and it's harder to swim, especially just because it's moving so much. So just honestly, but as a parent, if you have a little kid or even just any kid, you really like try to watch after them still. Don't just be like, oh, someone's watching. We're not babysitters. We're just here to save lives if need be, but we are not your babysitters. Like, just don't expect us to do every little thing for you. But yeah.